welcome to this week's episode of Success in Women. I'm Linda.
I'm Andrea.
And we're almost halfway through January, Andrea. I can't believe it.
I can't either.
But you know what, I realized that we need to talk to these ladies because of what's going on with us in the sense of self-care. We've had a very busy year last year.
Very busy.
And ladies, we're going to share some tips and also just some clues what might be going on with you. But before we get started, Andrea's got her tip for the week.
Well, ladies, I found this tip a couple of weeks ago, and because I actually needed it. And I thought to myself, wow, this is fantastic. And maybe some of you ladies got an electric toothbrush for Christmas, or you bought yourself one.
I gave one to my niece,
Oh,
actually.
see, there you go. So when you replace the toothbrush on the holding, whatever you call that, dock, there's a little nub, right? And you put your toothbrush on there. And the water leaks down, and after a couple of days, you see a ring and it gets gooky. And I'm always cleaning it, always wiping it. Anyways, I saw this tip. You take one of those little makeup pads that you use to wipe your
would it be
makeup.
anything like this?
Yeah. She got a few.
I got this at Costco. See, I mean, there's just like so many. Now, mine was for makeup removal,
Right.
but not that I need this many. And I'm always asking people now if, like, can you use them?
Well, now that you know about the electric toothbrush, you might be able to use them, because you take one, you just put through the knob. It's very easy. It goes in, and then you set your toothbrush there. And every day or so, you just remove it and put another one. And
that's pretty cool.
No more bacteria and gooky buildup. And the dock stays nice and clean and fresh. So, good idea. And I've actually been using it, and it works phenomenal. And I'm going to take a bag of these from Linda.
I've got lots. I'm not going to miss them because I don't know if I can even go through those in my lifetime. But I'm so, I'll say, almost like this economical penny pincher kind of thing. I'd rather spend more and get bulk than to buy individually those packages,
Right.
you know, because it's a lot more when I have to go to the drugstore.
And you never know when you might use it for something else.
It's true.
And I'm a firm believer in buying, like, especially Costco bulk, the toilet paper.
Oh, I do that too. And I live alone.
Paper towels, yeah.
Yeah.
The stuff that's non-perishable.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't go bad. And a lot of times my daughter will say to me, Mom, do you have any paper towels when you come over? Can you bring a couple? Sure.
That's the married one.
The married one, yes. And the sponges for the sink, you know, you go through them. So when you want them, they're there. You don't have to run out and, you know, buy one or two. Like, just, you know, and in the long run, I think you do save.
And part of that helps you, this self-care that we're going to talk about, because you're not constantly running out to buy these last-minute things that you absolutely need. Toilet paper in your house.
That's right.
And I know my mother was notorious for always forgetting. She wouldn't write down a grocery list, and that was the one thing that she would forget a lot: Kleenex and toilet paper. And I'm like, Mom, that's why you went to the grocery store. But that would be the thing she'd forget.
Right.
But you see, all this running around wears you down. And when you're running a house and a family, and of course, a lot of you ladies are doing the double duty of a full-time job, you forget about yourself.
You do.
And one of the things that has happened, Andrea, you know, came over today and said, she's down, like energy's down, but she's been nonstop for so long.
Nonstop since like before Christmas, and running here, running there, taking care of all the Christmas stuff. Then running to my daughter's, and we left straight from there to drive to Florida, and a lot of traffic, and, you know, and then when we got here, I had to, you know, clean up the condo and get stuff ready, because then we went on a cruise with my daughter. And since we got back from the cruise, my other girlfriend is here, so run to the store. And
they're shoppers. I'm not.
Yeah.
So
right.
I'm not as low energy as she is.
But you know
have
what?
to
I
slip it
wouldn't
in.
have even gone if my daughter wasn't here. So they're going back next week. So she wants to, you know, get in as many stores as she can before she leaves. So you're trying to keep up. but it's running me down. So last night, you know, I left her with her friend and I went home and I said, that's it. I'm getting my 8 to 9 hours, and I did. But my energy level still isn't quite the same. So now I'm thinking, okay, I'm dehydrated. I'm drinking more water today. I made sure I took all my, you know, my vitamin D, my pro and prebiotic, and I had a good breakfast. So, and just coming here in the peace and quiet with Linda has already started to pick me up. And sometimes you need that. You just need to,
You absolutely do.
you know, get rid of all the noise. And if it's just to go have a coffee with a friend, you know, or just go for a drive by yourself in your car and, you know, sit somewhere and have a coffee.
So the other day I was, I love webinars, and of course, you know, we're doing one, but I also like attending them. So I was watching this one, and they had done this one on New Year's Day, but they had sent me the email so I could watch it at that point because I definitely wasn't available on New Year's Day. But the lady was actually talking about, and she didn't use the word self-care, but she said about all the things that you need to do for yourself. And people don't think about it. So she said, now I actually have a planner where I plan that I'm going to go for a massage every month. I'm going to go for a facial. She goes, and in her particular case, and I'm not sure why she didn't say, but she goes for acupuncture on a regular basis. But even, for example, if you know, just close off your, I'll say, your bathroom door and you go for a nice Epsom salt bath,
Right.
you know, all these things that will help you to take care of you.
Right.
Because you're not good for your family if you're run down.
No, and you don't feel good. You don't feel happy.
You don't feel happy. It's
Right.
hard to feel happy when your energy level is so
Yes.
low.
And I always say, I think I mentioned it before, you know, if something's wrong with your car or your air conditioner or your toilet, right away we call, we get it fixed. But with ourselves, we don't do that. Like, we'll put it off. You feel a pain, you say, it'll go away. Or, you know, I for the longest time I had funny vision, and it was COVID, of course, but I put it off, but I was just getting more dizzy and like a foggy dizzy. It was weird. And then finally I called the optometrist. I said, listen, you have to fix this, you know. But we tend to do that, you know. And like my daughter Angela too, she needs new glasses. I keep saying, go, but I gotta do this, I gotta do that. We don't pay attention to ourselves as much as we do
Everything else.
things around us. Or I'm pushing her to go,
Yeah.
but I don't push myself.
Exactly. Well, I started watching a movie the other day, and it was one of the Hallmark movies. I didn't actually finish watching it, but one of the things that happened in the beginning, this lady went for a job interview, and she, I think it was her that had written this book, 27 Hours in a Day. Like, as if, you know what I mean, we need to pile more stuff on ourselves. But she goes for the job interview, and the lady that's interviewing her is trying to find out basically how she balances her life, because she didn't want her coming to this company and then burning out.
Right.
And because she's just nonstop, and she's a single lady that never seems to do what she needs to do for herself. And she goes, well, yeah, I went to the dentist, you know, a little while ago and had a cleaning. That was what she thought was, you know, self-care and taking care of herself in the sense of some time.
Yeah.
And
it definitely is self-care, but
Okay.
that's a small thing.
That was what she did in the last 6 months.
Yeah,
That was-
that's not good.
It's not good. I mean, she doesn't even take time on the weekends. And
Yeah.
the thing is, the lady that was interviewing her says, well, sorry, but you know what? Maybe we can reconnect when I get back. But she was going off for a couple of weeks to kind of into a retreat to kind of get herself re-energized again so that she could, I'll say, work the company properly,
Right.
energized, and be motivating to her employees. But she said, I can't have employees that are burning out. And she's going, well, I'm not burnt out. And then when she went back to her office and told, you know, one of her assistants about the fact that, you know, I guess she was sort of implied that she wasn't balanced. And the lady goes, Well, yeah, you are. Well, yeah. Okay, maybe not. Maybe this would be a good time for you to take some time off. And she actually goes to a retreat where literally they take away all your electronics.
Perfect.
There's no Wi-Fi. You
No
cannot have a cell phone.
access, nothing.
You got to go back basically to nature, and then do other things.
Right.
Like she found in her room where she could start knitting. If you know how to knit, maybe that's when you want to learn. I don't know. But you also had to engage with other people that were at the resort. But see sometimes how it's forced on you.
Right.
And I came back to my condo in Florida, Andrea, to a leaky pipe. I've been on the phone nonstop trying to get a plumber to come out. Now, in Florida, it's not that easy. Trust me.
Yeah.
They don't call you back. If they do come out, it's kind of interesting how you could get one quote and then within a matter of seconds, the quote's way up, and then you think, okay, what just changed here? They just seen, the thing. So I'm still looking for a plumber, and it's been like at least a week and a half.
It's frustrating.
It's very frustrating because I have to keep shutting my water off and then put it on when I want to take a shower. And like the dishwasher's been, full now over the past week. So now I've just got it running and got a little bucket where it's collecting all the drips. But the thing is, I've been calling several, and I've called another plumber now, and he said he will get back to me later today. And I'm like, yeah, I'm dedicated to finding that plumber that will fix that leaky pipe, but I'm not always as dedicated to do that, because last fall, I remember saying to myself, I will start going for monthly facials and monthly massages. How many do you think I've done in the last 6 months since I've decided this?
None.
0. And now I'm in Florida for the winter, and I'm like, okay, maybe I should look in Florida and find out at least if I can get that started. But what I did do today, because I put off in the last little bit, I have joined a ladies' league at this complex that I belong to. I haven't gone for one game yet. So I phoned up the pro shop before you came, and I said, listen to myself. I said, listen, you're getting out there, Linda, and you're going to golf. And so I have a golf game booked. I got the golf pro, whoever's in the golf shop, to put my name on the list so that the next day, when the ladies go out, I'm going to be on the list. That forces me out of bed, and it also forces me to get out there to get some fresh air and exercise, because that's the thing I haven't been doing. And the weather has not been great, because I did say I would go to the pool every day at lunchtime, but it's been
not
cool.
cooperating this year.
No, it's been cooler, and I said I can dress for golf, but I don't want to get into a pool when it's cold. But
well, you know what? Even though the pool might be heated, like last night, some friends of mine, they went in the pool, and it was warm inside the pool.
And you get out, you freeze.
But even when they stuck their head up, it was like, he said, almost like feeling ice, because the water was getting hard on their hair. So I said, no, I don't want to get sick.
Last year when my friend was over, and this was great because it was in the spring, and in the spring it's pretty well guaranteed nice weather. And we were at the pool every day. But even with that, getting out in nice weather, I sometimes feel the chill, because the water is so nice and warm, and you do feel that air.
I have the towel right there.
I actually, my friend and I, we brought the big, heavy terry robes.
Oh, nice.
And so it absorbs all the water, but it really keeps you nice and toasty warm when you're walking back. It's really great. But
yeah, so I think that's, really, ladies, what we need to focus on. Starting now, the first of the year, make it a commitment to yourself to look and see what you need. Do you need to have time? Do you need your hair done? Do you need, like you said, to go for a facial or go for a massage once a month? My girlfriend has, and there's a lot of them that come to your home. So if you don't want to drive somewhere or get in a car and drive after, there's a lot of them that they do the in-home massages. And I have my cousin who does my in-home eyebrows, nails, and I call her. That I always do. I might go a couple of weeks past what I should, but I always make sure to get my hair done, my nails done, my feet done. And it's amazing how good you do feel, because I remember my husband years ago, he used to always say, I used to say, Eddie, you should go for a pedicure, you know? Oh, yeah, I'm not going for a pedicure. And finally I got him to go. He felt so much better because the skin was so dry and cracked and hard. And now
But it's relaxing when you're sitting soaking your feet anyway.
And now he goes religiously. And it made a big difference for him. So ladies, you know, if you think, oh, I don't want to spend the money, or they're pretty cheap.
But you know what? Having said that, even if you don't have the budget for it, Andrea, you can do the
it at
home. Because when we would go to our girls' weekend, many times we were always on average about 10 ladies. At least half of them were giving themselves the spa treatment right there at the cottage. And it was fantastic.
Right.
Somebody brought in the wax, so they had the bags for the wax, and you just
the paraffin.
Oh yeah, the
yeah,
paraffin
you can buy
wax.
the paraffin socks and gloves anywhere, like, you know, the dollar
And then
store
you're soaking your feet, and then actually, I know some of the ladies painted their own toes, but some of them actually got one of the other ladies to paint their toes for them. But it was really nice, and it was inexpensive to do that, you know, just doing it at home. But I think one of the things sometimes you have to do, you have to put it in your planner.
Right.
That this time is dedicated for you.
Yes. Or maybe find a friend to go with, or your daughter, or your niece or something. That'll maybe give you more incentive to go. Because if you're just yourself, I'm not going to bother.
Well, see, and that's a good point, Andrea, because I do this a lot. I want to get out walking. Now, I want to bring this up, but hopefully it's okay with Andrea because I haven't asked her permission. But recently, you know, Andrea had achieved her ideal weight at Weight Watchers. And if you maintain your goal weight, and when you maintain this for so many weeks, you get a lifetime membership free. So Andrea went on a cruise recently and was a little bit concerned maybe she had put on some weight, because you do tend to eat a little bit more on a cruise than you would if you were at home, really watching what you're intaking.
Right.
But what happened was, which was the surprise of Andrea, was that you lost a little bit of weight on the cruise.
1.5 pounds, yeah.
But what happened was, not just the fact that she got to consciously and subconsciously still eat in a healthy way, but what she said was, which she didn't really count on offsetting this, was the walking. Because they did so much walking on the ship. It's a very big ship. And also when they did go on land, because her daughter was there, and they did lots and lots and lots and lots of walking. Right. Well, that was what a lot of people have said. And that's why they recommend after you have a meal or after dinner, go for a nice walk. Exactly. Because the walking will actually keep the metabolism going and everything else.
And digest the food.
It does.
Just sit there.
And so even though you're eating, I'll say sometimes a little bit more than you would if you were at home, the fact that you went walking, you didn't even notice that you were basically exercising. And this is the problem that I have here in Florida. Actually, I have it even in Toronto. I cannot tell a lie. I don't have anyone to go walking with. And my sister always says, oh, just go walking on your own. And I've got friends that do it. I've got relatives that do it. And they put in their, it used to be the iPod, but now you can put your phone in. And yes, and you can listen to an audio book. And I have tried it. And I have done it.
It's not for me.
But it's not enough for me. And
I'm
so
too nervous.
Oh.
You might not be.
No, I'm not.
But I wouldn't go by myself, especially in Toronto. I wouldn't be walking or doing the streets by myself with earbuds in that I couldn't hear anything. That's not for me. No. With a friend, and you can talk and, you know, this and that, and you feel safer if something happens. But no.
Well, where I live in Toronto, I do feel very, very safe, even though I have to say my nail lady's gotten her shop broken into a couple of times. Maybe they're scouting that out. I don't really know. But, you know, people are desperate for money. Yeah. But the thing is, the community I live in is really a lot of families, and they have the park. And they're not like gigantic parks like Central Park would be.
Yeah, this don't be going jogging in those parks.
Yeah, alone. And this is all, I'm talking all daytime walking anyway. But the problem is that I love being around people. I love being able to talk to people. And when you're out walking, you don't feel like you're actually even doing a lot of steps. And then when you're done and you're like, holy crap, I put on that many steps. It doesn't even feel like it.
Right.
And it's even, the gym that I belong to, I should be going on a more regular basis. My brother-in-law goes almost religiously every day, but he said he talks to everybody at the gym.
Right.
I've gone to
When I was younger, when Eddie and I belonged to gym, and then I belonged even out later. The same thing. I would just talk to everybody.
But
And
you
have
still
fun.
do that. You still do that
I'm
everywhere
very
you go.
good at talking, yes, but I don't want to go to a gym anymore.
Oh,
But I like, walking or like joining, like when we were curling. Curling was
I love
phenomenal.
curling, yeah.
And the just getting off the cruise ship, the people that my daughter and I met, it was unbelievable. Like the same thing. I just have no issue talking to anybody. So yeah,
I need to have that almost set up, because I'm almost at a point where I'm thinking of going up to some random stranger that I just see walking, saying, "Can I walk with you?" Because but they might think I'm some nut, but I really just need walking buddies.
Right.
I really do, because I think,
wonder if at the clubhouse, if you ask some of the golfing ladies, because I know Maureen and them. Oh, that's what I'm gonna do when Maureen gets here. I'll get her number for you, because they walk. She's been after me to walk with them too, and I'm like, I don't know.
well, I like walking, and I like it even more when I've put in, I'll say, my 10,000 steps, and it didn't feel like it at all.
Right.
But it's part of the self-care that we have to do.
Right.
One of the things that I have done starting this year, because a lot of things that I was reading last year were saying you almost have to have more of a schedule. And so now I'm trying to go to bed at an early time, like a set time. So, I go to bed between 10 and 11 kind of thing. I'm not always falling asleep right away. And then what happens, because I like to sleep my 8-9 hours, I'm sleeping in the morning when my clock's going off. I shut it off, and I usually have 2, maybe 3 alarms. And I shut it off and fall back into the deepest sleep you can imagine. But in the morning seems to be my best time to sleep. I don't know why, but I love sleeping in the morning.
And I can't wait to get out of bed in the morning. That's the difference. Like,
okay, you got a husband in there. You're getting out of bed because now you get your own space.
yes, that's true.
But I'm in an empty bed anyway, so I'm not in any rush, because
No, but I want
it's
to
not
get
crowded.
up. Like, my brain wakes up, like this morning, like I told you. But I went to bed at 9:30. 5:30 this morning, boom, my brain's awake. I get up to go to the washroom, and really, maybe I should have tried to lay back down. But I'm like, okay, go get a coffee. I'm out. So I don't know.
Again, I might do that if I had people around.
Yeah.
Because when I'm traveling, I don't sleep in that much, but I noticed that when I was on this last cruise, I slept in a lot, like into, the day.
Wow.
But it's because, what am I going to do
What
with
else are you
myself?
gonna do? Yeah.
And which
you
was
don't go
good.
on the island,
But I
yeah.
have to tell you though, this past cruise that I did, I really felt energized and relaxed when I came off, because I got so much downtime and sleep that I think my body really needed it
good.
from, I'll say, last year, and then go, and right till the end, trying to get everything in before the end of the year.
Yeah.
So, it's one of those things, lady, take care of yourself. Be preventative, not
Right.
reactive.
Right.
It will make all the difference in your life,
That's right.
and for your family and your colleagues if you're out there working as well.
Yeah. So stay hydrated, drink
Yes.
tons of water.
Yes.
Exercise when you can.
Sleep enough.
Sleep enough. Watch your diet. Get enough protein. Protein's so important.
Yep.
Vegetables, do your best that you can. And
Absolutely.
you'll feel a lot better.
So we hope you enjoyed this episode of Success in Women, but we would like you to
Like,
share.
and please subscribe.
Remember, we need some thumbs up.
This should be our year.
That's right. Until next week, ladies. I'm Linda.
I'm Edja. Bye.
Bye.